Hey, West Coast Wednesdays. Mo and Mel here for Girl Chat Sports. I've been dragging all day. It's been cloudy and it rained a little bit out here in Summerlin, and maybe that's been my lackluster mood for most of the day. I don't know. How are you doing, Mo?
I mean, same that cloudiness, but I'm welcoming it, because this is summer.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
actually
we
have a
need
break
it.
in
We
the
need it,
we have a break in the weather, and
It's
it's
just like
like
whenever
actually
it's
literally.
cloudy, I just can't handle.
Well, it's
I don't
actually
know.
really. It's not even the cloudy thing. It's actually that it's cool and chilly out there. There's a breeze out there right now. I was literally just outside, and there's a breeze.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Okay.
take that all day before these triple digit weather. I'm not complaining.
I hear
We
you.
don't
I'm
get the
not gonna
clouds too
complain.
often.
Man, it's tough. It's
I
tough,
mean, you're from Seattle. You're used to the gloom and doom growing up, and you don't want to
and
be
I
reminded
can't
of
deal
that.
with it. Yeah, I
You don't want to
can't
be
deal with
reminded of
it.
that.
I
So,
can't.
and you're all about the sun, but you just came back from the beach. So, girl, you better just get on deck with the rest of us and not complain, because once this
Oh,
triple
I
digit
know.
weather comes, we're going
Listen,
to
I'll be back.
feel
Listen,
it.
I know the gas prices are high, but screw it. Took a road trip to Cali for the day. Had an entire day at the beach. Excuse me. And it was amazing. And $100 some in gas later, but I'm good. I'm
I mean, that's a flight over
rejuvenated.
there. So you basically played what
Yeah.
you pay in a flight. So you did
Right.
good.
It wasn't that bad. It was good. It wasn't like
Yeah.
people are making it out to be. Like now, if I lived in Cali and I was driving throughout the city nonstop, that might be another issue. But you know,
Yeah. You've
it
been
is
at
what
that
it
point,
is.
you'd be getting a bike like the rest of these folks.
So many, so many. All right, well, we got a lot to talk about on the show. We've got a guest coming up, and we definitely want to talk about the Aces and their loss last night, as well as I got a clip of Becky Hammon's comments post game regarding the game.
Mm.
We're going to talk some Title IX, the title awards that went by this last Friday in Las Vegas, and a clip of my discussion with Billie Jean King, big GOAT and legendary player there,
Yeah, that's
tennis
awesome.
player. We'll go through some Las Vegas news, some hot topics and whatnot, get on our usual gear. I've got another special, really cute adoptable dog to show. You won't believe it. He's adorable. So make sure you stick around for the end of the show. Anyways, let's get it started. I want to introduce Stacey Collier from Stacey Owns Sports. We had him on over a year ago, so we're time to get him back. Please welcome Stacey to the show. What's good?
What's up? What's up? Thank you for welcoming back.
Yes, we are glad to have you. Hey, give us a little rundown of your show. I know you just started a new season. You got some other co-hosts now, so let us know what's been new.
All right, now we on the Stacey Owns Sports era. It's a spin-off podcast from Collier and Clark. Now I'm joined by three people: Mike White Jr., Ben Okazawa, and Korea Lewis. We just talk about the popular topics that are trending inside that week before we record, and we just put the episode out there. We just have a lot of fun with it. Also, we're going to start a spin-off of that, but we're going to take it to an international level. We're talking about like NHL, soccer, tennis, things like that. So it's been going real well, and we're just going to keep on growing.
International, that's what's up. I like that. Okay. Well, that's good. And you're still based in LA, and the rest of your team's kind of out in that area or all around?
One is in Long Beach. I'm still in LA. Another one still in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And the fourth one moved to Atlanta recently. So
Okay, so you guys will be all over the place. That's good. Dope. Well, we look forward to hearing about it and seeing what's going on. But let's get into some hot topics. So I know everybody has heard about it by now, but Deshaun Watson. So 20 of his 24 sexual misconduct lawsuits they have settled with. So there's 4 left. They won't disclose the amount of money or the terms of the settlement, of course, because it's confidential. But thoughts on Deshaun, if this is going to make a difference in what happens with his either NFL career or him being suspended or whatnot for part or most of the season. Stacey, how about you?
Well, this is like one of the most tricky things ever concerning Deshaun Watson. I think he should get suspended because I think in some way he did violate, code of conduct in the NFL. And plus, let's be real here, they have to suspend him for PR purposes after they just suspended Calvin Ridley for betting for one game with the Atlanta Falcons. So like you got this going on, you have to lay down some type of punishment. I don't think he's gonna get suspended the whole season just because it's a civil case versus criminal. Criminal charges been dropped. But, I am on the train. Like, I think he did some of that, most of that, all of that. And, but going with the legal terms here, he's not going to get, like, too harsh of a punishment just because, once again, they dropped the criminal. And also, like, it's getting settled, too. So, it's a tricky situation. Of course, for football reasons, you want Deshaun Watson, top 5 quarterback last time he played. But, the Browns, they don't have to somehow weather the storm that they themselves created. And also, that goes with their now backup quarterback, Baker Mayfield, too. And it's a good thing they were selfish in that situation, just in case he does get suspended for 6 games or however long. You still got Baker Mayfield, and you can hold on to him, raise his stock, and trade him away for a high draft pick. So, that's my take.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's definitely going to get suspended. I don't know if this will change much of what's going to happen with him long term as far as with the Browns. I know the NFL spokesperson had stated that these developments don't have any impact on their collective bargain disciplinary actions or process. So we'll see if that matters or not. But I'm sure having all 20 of 24 cleared out or at least settled is making some ground. And I know his attorney mentioned that he was looking forward to taking the other 4 to trial since they didn't want to settle, like that they were going to win those trials. So it should be interesting how it unfolds and who we see quarterback in the Browns in the beginning of the season.
Didn't he get punished before, though, for this?
I mean, he set out a lot. I think the Texans punished him and just not playing him.
So he does this settlement, and he's still getting punished by the league. So the settlement should dead it, right?
I don't know.
You would think it should, but once again,
I don't think he's going to sit out. I honestly think that he's going to play. Cleveland has invested too much money to not have him sit out. And even if you do have Baker Mayfield as a backup, the team doesn't want to see the field. Fans don't want to see him. They want to see Deshaun. So I don't think anything's going to happen, personally.
They don't want to see Baker, and
they definitely don't want to see Baker. So that's what I'm saying. They invested. Do you see how crazy this man's contract is? You think he's going to sit out? I don't think so. Not to mention the action it gets as far as the TV time, advertisement. No, he's not going anywhere. He paid, settled with these women, and we go forward. But I get what you guys are saying at that point, but they're not going to sit this man out again. He sat out too long, even if it was just a franchise.
But it wasn't the NFL putting.
I know,
that down.
I understand all that
him
too.
on their team no more and playing. So
I understand all that, but the Texans also had something to do with him with these masseuses as well. So if he sits out, what's the penalty for the Texans? If you're going to make it a league issue, then it needs to go all the way around. Can't just be one person. That has come out. So I just don't see him doing that. I just don't see him sitting. I mean,
I'm all for him
think
playing.
He's culpable and guilty, but I definitely don't see him sitting. I think that'd just be absolutely ridiculous.
Well, we shall see as it comes.
Other
hot topic.
Opinion. I mean, I don't know. You know, I was just saying that's just my opinion.
No, you got a great opinion.
We all got one.
Here. We all got one. Just got to use it. I hear you. I would love to see him play. If there is a suspension, it's not very long, but you know.
I mean, I don't even think there should be.
We never know what happens with the NFL. Crazy. You know, the NFL be goofy like that. They punish some for these little things, and then for big things, you get a slap on the wrist. So we don't know what may happen.
They gotta punish him for something. Like I said, I
think it's gonna resort to fines. If he's paying restitution to these women, he's gonna pay that league some money too, just to play. But you never know. I don't know.
We will see when the time comes.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting though.
Other news: Gronk has retired for the second time, and you know Tom Brady, of course, Julian Edelman, they chimed in on his retirement and appreciation posts and whatnot. But what are the chances that Gronk gonna come back?
He's not. It's summertime. It's a party boy. He's not coming back, dude. This guy had the best time at Encore Beach Club in Las Vegas. He's popping bottles. He's having models. He's doing all the things that he wants to do, being Gronk. If Tom asked him personally and begs him and actually has to literally get on all knees to do so, maybe. But the man is a party boy. He is not coming back. I just don't see
Maybe
it.
In the fall, like, after a few weeks, Tom makes that plea to him.
Mid to early January when they're headed to a Super Bowl if Tampa Bay makes it that far. But the man if he stays in shape too. I mean, he's got to stay in shape. If he's retiring, he's about to be a party boy. Where's that shape coming? You know what I mean? He might let it all go and say, forget training. It's hot boy summer. Gucci Daddy short season. I'm about to rock out.
I give him 10.
You know what I mean?
Comes back 10%.
Oh man,
we're trying to see them thighs and thighs. We ain't trying to see no lies. Come on,
let's see them hammies.
Try to see all of that. He tried to party with us too to do it. So I'm not.
Tom Brady with him.
What's that?
You should have took Tom Brady with him.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, Tom gonna have to beg him. And literally get on all knees to do that. That have to be a big gesture for him to come back, possibly. But I'm sure Tom has done the ask, and he's still like, nope.
Yeah. Even if he came back, they still got to deal with. I see that behind her, the Rams, the champions.
Come on.
Rams where? Ain't no Ram around where?
The Rams back here, over here. The Rams, the champions. Los Angeles Rams.
I'll let you go off with that.
I'm a Rams supporter for the Bobby Wagner acquisition. That's about it. So I'll be cheering for Bobby on his new team, just not against us. But hey, go for it. It's all good.
Thank you. Out for Bobby. With some real winners.
Oh boy. I don't know. I don't see y'all coming back, man. Listen.
What?
Still got an AFC to deal with.
What?
Still got an AFC to deal with.
Got the same cord. All of them got extensions. Why not run it back?
I mean, I understand. The Rams fans need fans to hype them up. There's not many fans in LA. We know what the fans belong to. We know who they belong to. So, yeah, you go ahead and do what you got to do because we know when it comes to the Battle of LA, which fan base is going to show up over the other. And, that's going to be my black and silver. So you do whatever you got to do to make this team, get some kind of encouragement. You do that because, like I said, there's not too many Rams fans out there. So I go for it.
There's a lot of new Rams fans.
Yeah, there's new ones.
Just won the championship Rams fans. Yeah,
still not enough. It's like new Clipper fans. It's not enough.
Well, they got to sell those tickets to pay all those contract extensions. You
guys have a beautiful house that you play in. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
But that's about as far as it goes for me. Sorry.
Cold-blooded.
Rams coming back. I say come to Vegas, Stacey, and put money on the books for it. Let the bookies decide. Put some money on it right now. You bet them to go back to the Super Bowl and win. I say put some money on it right now. You might come out. You might come out right.
Yeah, I hope so.
We about to look with that.
Look at the line, Mel. Look at the line and see where they're at. Plus 1,500, minus 1,500. What are they?
NFL futures. Let's see.
What you think the Ravens going to do this season?
Not much.
Oh, wow.
I think the biggest juggernaut coming out of the AFC is going to be the Buffalo Bills. And possibly Bengals again. Some people say Bengals was a fluke with Joe Burrows, but I don't really see it as that because he's got Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon out there. But I feel like they're a threat. I think somebody from the AFC West is going to really show out. I hope it's my Raiders, but we don't know. But I'm looking at them Bills trying to definitely make a strong comeback. They had some setbacks last season, and I just don't see them going away.
Yeah, me too.
The Rams are plus 1,000. Currently, it's the Bills, Bucks, Chiefs, then Rams.
Thank you.
Followed by the Niners.
Niners, yeah.
Why?
That's why I say you can put some money on that. It still be a solid bet.
Money on that one, yeah.
But I knew they had the Bills at the top. I'm telling you. Listen, I know. I'm a Raiders fan. I would love to hype my team up and be real and be delusional like the rest of them, but I got to be realistic. And I just know those Bills ain't going nowhere. they're definitely not going to go away quietly. And this is probably going to be a season where they really are going to show up and show out. So
it should get interesting.
It should.
Yeah. So we got one more person, another retirement that was announced. Sue Bird officially made this to be her last season in the WNBA. The legend, the GOAT, Sue Bird is done. She made the announcement shortly before they played New York Liberty. Of course, she's from New York, so she has her last game in New York and decided to make that announcement. And just getting a lot of support from everybody. I mean, everybody loves Sue Bird. I think she mentioned in her speech, not speech, but in discussion that, she's played all she can. She feels she can't give it as much as she used to. And it was just time.
21 years. It's time. Come on, sis. 21 years.
And the fact that she can still hang with these girls too is just.
She can, but she's making a great, setting a great example for people that have, time to pass the torch, time to see the next up and coming. And you got 2 decades worth of game that you've provided, and your social justice off the court has been amazing, and everything you've done for Seattle has been amazing. So it's time.
And she's leaving a spot open for some of these other girls that have all been, moved. There's so many, as I play in the fantasy league, there's so many women that are on there that are just free agents and haven't been picked up by anybody, but they're still in this league. So you have to be very mindful of who you pick. But until they can expand, they've got to be able to hopefully have more room for these younger ladies coming through with them.
Especially the ones that get waived after being drafted, and they don't follow in places. It's time for her to go. Pailo con Dios, girl. Enjoy your vacation.
Her and Megan can go enjoy time off.
Get your gold watch and go on. Yeah, do that.
Facts, for sure. Like I mentioned earlier, Friday, the Las Vegas Aces had partnered and hosted a Title IX, the first inaugural awards for the 50th anniversary of the Title IX, because the 50th anniversary, I think, is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, for Title IX. But there was a lot of people there. I had posted some stuff earlier, so you can go to our YouTube on GirlChatSports to kind of see that event. I also posted the full interview that I'm going to show here in a second with Billie Jean King, but I wanted to just show kind of a brief synopsis of the Title IX and kind of what that was.
I think people know what Title IX is. We wanted to make sure that any girl born in this world would have a place to compete.
It just became completely unacceptable.
Hopefully, we played a small part in ensuring that for many decades, girls would continue to play.
I'm standing on your shoulders.
Laws change because people's voices are heard.
So ESPN, they have a documentary. Well, they have a couple. They had one that premiered yesterday called 37 Words, which is what Title IX is. And then they also did a 30 for 30 on the 1996 Women's USA basketball team called Dream On, which was a great documentary. Because they actually had cameras following them for, I think, 2 years about. So they were able to edit all that footage and put it all together. Some of those women on the team were at the Title IX awards as well. I mean, just some of those stories you hear, but you see how basically this USA basketball team was able to help in making that movement because the WNBA started the next year in 1997. So it really pushed forward women's basketball as well as just women's rights and the rights of all girls and boys in getting equal access to playing sports and scholarships and treatment. So very cool. Make sure you check out those things. I still haven't seen the 37 Words, but that's definitely on my playlist. But I did get a chance to see Billie Jean King. She was honored with the Legacy Award there. She's adorable. Her and her partner are just, it's funny watching Billie. She's talking to all the media individually, and her partner's just there like, okay, we gotta go. Okay, right here. Okay, right there. Getting pictures and stuff. So they're really adorable and cute. But I had a chance to speak with her a little bit. Again, the full discussion with Billie is on our YouTube now at GirlChatSports, but here's just a little. What do you look forward to in the next coming 5 to 10 years to hopefully come from women in sports?
What's important in the next 50 years, and of course the next 10 is important, is keep striving to get to equality. That is major. We need to help make sure girls and women of color have equal opportunity. We've got trans athletes. We have to figure out how it's going to work. And then we've also got NILs, which is name, image, and likeness. We have to deal with that. We want to make sure women get equal opportunity there and equal pay. And so basically we're going to keep striving towards equality. That's every single day. Keep our eye on the ball, keep striving, and give everyone a chance to play. That's how I feel personally. I want everyone to have a chance to play.
She's so dope.
She's right.
And
you know,
she's got this little pendant that says Title IX too on her little pendant. It was just adorable. Yeah.
She's absolutely right. And if you follow her on Instagram, the woman is very socially active and conscious on all issues. And to see her still active and wanting to be a voice is just truly amazing. So yeah, big ups to Billie Jean King. She's always been that trailblazer though. That's that lady.
Man.
Shout out to you for getting that interview too. Great.
Yeah, Mel. I mean that was quite the coup too, to have that interview and get a.
I mean, just to see her and meet her was for sure a definite. Shout out to Jiggy and John Maxwell of the Aces for the opportunity as well. So it was a great experience. Seeing all those women and people there to support them. I know it got taped. I think it's going to air a different day, maybe. But it seemed like it was a pretty cool event they had going on. A lot of the Aces were there and stuff too. So,
and give it up to Vegas for hosting that. That is like truly incredible to have that venue be here too.
Well, Mark Davis is all for it too.
Oh of course. We know.
Offered up his house, offered up his teams. He was like, whatever you guys got, let's go for it.
We love Mark.
We do. So I know we've mentioned him before. I don't even have a picture anymore, but Dan Snyder, man, this guy. So I didn't even realize this whole sexual allegation stuff from 2009 had made it. It went to the House of Committees hearing today in Washington, and they have a whole hearing on this guy because not only did back then I think it was the Redskins paid off his first sexual assault victim in 2009 for like $1.6 million. I don't think that was ever reported to the NFL, or it wasn't maybe discussed, or it was never known out more than that. Then they go, then they fine him $10 million. There was an investigation by lawmakers that discovered that there was another sexual assault that they got to get into with another former employee of Tiffany Johnson, who's a separate person on a whole other different investigation. That also Dan Snyder and his team were having a shadow investigation. So when all these allegations came against them, they were able to illegally access like emails, texts, and trying to find out who these informants were and what information they were getting to try and block those. And I don't know. It was so much. I just couldn't handle it. I just can't handle this guy is still there. He was taken away from day-to-day operations last year, but he skipped out in the hearings today, and Goodell was there virtually, did like a 2-hour he testified for about 2 hours, basically in stating that, he can't get rid of the owners, that the other owners would have to have a vote, and he'd have to be out like a 24 to 32 teams have to vote him out. But he can suggest that vote happen, and he didn't seem to make it sound like he was going to work on that happening either. So the fact this guy is still around is just, it irks me. And he's a jugadores locos.
Clearly, I mean, I timed you. You've been in for a minute and a half on it, and I'm just saying, I know this is just egregious and crazy. Like, I have no words, honestly.
And I can't. I feel like
it's just so crazy.
Yeah. It's just insane that this man is still around and able to be in such a high power, especially in a league, and that the league is even in the House of Committee right now, that there was a hearing regarding these issues in the NFL. But yeah, it just wasn't a good look.
And Kente chimed in saying Goodell doesn't have the power to, get rid of an owner. And that's true. The owners all have to vote. So who's culpable of all this? Like, why are they not voting this man out?
Yeah, he didn't have the power, but he had the ability to request that vote. He could say, okay, let's
try to vote and push him out. But this league is different. This is a funny moving league. I'm just beside myself. It's not a shocker, but it's just like, come on.
So my thing is,
he's been a creep for quite some time.
What is it going to actually take for him, for the owners to vote him out? Because he got to go. So if this not going to cut the cake, then what will?
somebody's got to be able to get that vote started. And unfortunately, taking 24 out of 32, I'm sure most of these owners currently have had similar issues that just never went public. And
because it's going to open a whole can of worms. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do this and it's going to be a domino effect.
And don't let Dan Snyder have some receipts of group messages with other owners that be doing the same thing. So that's a whole can of worms that they probably don't want to open. So they may try to slide this under the rug. I don't think
they're not touching it with a 10-foot pole, because they all got some secrets and some dark stuff going on. They do not want to be exposed for their own stuff.
All got some secrets. It's just it's a lot. One more Who Could Ask Lorcas. I mean, it's a lot to unpack here. So this is I think it's Sarion McGee. He played at a couple of different schools, but was just recruited to play at Kansas men's basketball recruit out in Buffalo. He had arrived there, I think, like over the weekend. On Sunday, I think they had like an indoor practice. One of the security at the campus was out kind of checking cars, saw a magazine clip in his front door. And so when he came out from practice, he basically is questioned and later arrested, and he's been detained in jail, and he's been denied bail. He was found with 2 loaded handguns, a shotgun, and a ton of like high capacity magazines outside of the school. When he told them in the report, he said that he was carrying 2 loaded guns and additional magazines in his fanny pack.
Is he a license to carry? And does he have a license or permit?
They said that they were bought legally through Wisconsin and some other state where he had previously lived. And even though, and so like his attorney had kind of come to bat in saying that, you know, he grew up in some really rough neighborhoods. He did reside not too far from where that supermarket mass shooting happened. And so he that's where he would be, like in that area he'd be living. And so that, you know, he's trying to do it for his own protection. But my thing is, why, you know, and then that he had just moved there. He hadn't found a place to rent yet. So that's why he had most of the stuff in his car. I just don't know in today's climate, also, the need to have all of that on you. So maybe wasn't thinking completely.
I mean, I'm not going. I don't know. It might get me fired if I say what I need to say, so I'm not gonna say anything.
No,
I'm not gonna say nothing. No, I'm not gonna say nothing. I disagree, but I'm not gonna say why.
Like I get it.
If he was just moving and had all his stuff in there and his personal belongings included those 2 weapons with permits, but the only thing that's a little
3 weapons.
Is having the 2 things. The other thing is having the weapons on him on school grounds, and that kind of thing can be a little jarring because of the climate, like you say. To that point, I can see that.
I mean, most people.
He may have some PTSD. I mean, that Buffalo shooting still resonates raw with me. Mm-hmm. I mean, people that look like us are under attack. So I'm not going to dismiss it by saying, well, he shouldn't have this. I halfway understand. Right. But at the same time, you have to look at all the repercussions that comes with, even if you're under the umbrella of trying to protect yourself.
Right.
But I get it. I'm not, and the fact of the no bail, and like you said, it is a lot to unpack, but I'm not going to sit here and just say, well, he shouldn't have done this. That's the typical response we get to people when things are not affecting you. And I'm not saying it's you, but I understand the response, but at the same time, it's not a realistic response because we are the ones getting attacked. So I see it. As I said, I don't want to get fired. I'm not going to, but I'm just saying that's kind of.
You're not fired. I said that's why I said there's a lot to unpack there, and I can see it on both angles. I understand what his attorney's saying. I understand what he, what would be having. I mean, I would want to carry.
I clearly would be a PTSD if he's that close to where that Buffalo shooting was, and he's had this environment around him. It could be clearly that, but it is a little jarring for him to have, like you say, 2 weapons maybe on the campus. But I kind of low key get it.
Yeah, I mean, I get having a weapon, but I don't know if I'm going to be carrying a bunch of magazines full with me. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that part is a little egregious. Like I said, with the school shootings and like you said, to the climate of those things, you wouldn't. But we don't know what people's PTSDs bring out of them, and there needs to be some kind of rationale to it. It is a little jarring of optics, and to hear that, but you don't know what this guy's struggles are. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So I look forward to getting more of that story. I got to hear more details. Because I had saw the alert and I had seen like some information, but when I read the article, I was like, okay, well now I understand a little bit more. But then I need to know what's happening still. Like,
I just need to know the context of all of that. Like, why?
Yeah.
You said you don't have a place of residence too, right?
Right.
Well, that's my thing is how does a school recruit you and they haven't set you up with any housing yet?
That's another thing.
Yeah, that's a big mystery.
That's why I said that's a big miss. Like something is not right. I need more on this story. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call it Jugadores Locos, but the situation itself is Jugadores Locos.
The situation for sure.
Yeah,
the situation. We'll move into some Las Vegas sports, and we'll also talk about the WNBA because they kind of go hand in hand. But our Aces, me and Mo were at the game last night. It was a great first quarter for the Aces.
Yeah, first quarter is all we got.
Scored a franchise record of 41 points. And then allowed the Sky to come back from a 28-point deficit, which is the WNBA's largest comeback in history, and winning 104-95. I did get a clip of Becky Hammond from her post-game interview in which she kind of addressed the team. And Mo, you'll find that she says a few things that, you talked about it as well last night. So
defense. Everything went wrong. We followed them around. We tried to take easy routes. We didn't touch them. Everything that we did that got us the lead went out the window. And honestly, this is good for us. This is good for us. We need to be kicked in the ass. Stick with what got us the lead. And what got us the lead was not our offense, it was our defense. It was guarding and then playing out of our defense. I thought Chicago was composed. That's why they're the champs. Anybody can go out and throw a punch. We threw a punch. Champs bounce back. Champs stay composed. Champs play on play after play after play. And they're just more solid than us. Both ends of the ball, no tiptoeing.
Yeah, so she said a lot that and it was good they got their butts kicked for a game, and that and she went on to talk about coming so close to the Minnesota Lynx, who are an average team, and to be playing that poorly where you're only winning by 1 point. I mean, they were favored by 15 points in that game.
I went to that game too, and it was bad to win by 1 point like that. We already knew something was up.
But yeah, their defense, their shots were off. They had no defense. I mean, it was a bad game. And kudos to the Sky. Candace Parker.
Asia plays center right now. Why is Asia not up on Candace Parker, who's a beast? Yeah. Candace Parker plays center. So why not put your fifth option against your De'Erica Hamby matched up to Candace Parker is not a match to me. That is not working.
Well, especially when De'Erica wasn't even in most of the game either, too.
You need to put Asia on her. When she comes in the game, it's a total switch up. But like she said, they need to take L's. And they do need to take L's. Teams with the best records never make it to the chip. So I'll let them take some L's for a while. They're still above 500. They're still going to the playoffs.
They're still number one.
Whatever she's got to do. And they're still number one. Even if they drop to the number 2 seed, they're still going into the playoffs with a chance to win a championship title. But they've got to figure out a way to change up their scheme. She needs to utilize that bench a little bit more too, I see. Even if it's just for a few minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, like she had Kia Stokes at one point in the game on Sunday. Like, you just need to try to have some rotation going on. Just because you're going to encounter some teams that are just built a little bit different.
Yeah, and don't forget the Sky. I mean, they are the defending champions.
Yeah, they are. You can't knock that.
They are 11-5.
Yeah.
So they know how to play. They live by, Candace Parker, great veteran leadership. But the Aces, they're going to have to learn how to close the door and also elevate their play to a championship level, because now everybody expects them to win the championship. And it's about time that they do. So they was going to take some L's along the way. You're going to lose. And teams that are low in the standings, they're going to throw their best punch at you. So they got to learn how to weather the storm. And,
they do.
And like she said, they got to stay composed. They got to be able to. You can't get emotional. You can't be upset. You can't get frustrated. You just have to keep pushing and continue to play hard, no matter what.
The only thing I'm tired about is them making a record off of us in the league by coming back off of a 28-point deficit. That's the only thing I'm tight about, is that you guys let these ladies make history in the WNBA of winning a game after a 28-point deficit. That's the only thing I'm tight about. Other than that, that's, they gotta
because they had the shots too, but none of them were.
They weren't landing, honey. They were gassed. They gassed out in the first quarter.
Bad.
When they came in on that run in the first quarter, it was all bad. It was full steam ahead. They playing with intense energy, and then the energy just died.
Yeah, it was too bad.
So they were gassed and outplayed. Simple as that. They got gassed and they got outplayed. There's no other explanation to it but that.
11 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, 20-4. 20-4 at the end of the first quarter. That's what we were looking at. 20-4. And the funny thing is, Chicago was unfazed and unbothered about being down. They know how to get out of whole situations. Do we? So that's a problem. They got to figure it out.
That was tough. It was tough to watch because you could tell it was just tough. On a brighter note, though, out of that, or not necessarily out of that, I guess, but the WNBA All-Star starters were named. Three of the ladies are from the Aces. This is Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young's first All-Star team. Asia, of course, has been there before. Asia and Brianna were the top two vote getters, so they'll be the captains of their team. Asia's going to be paired up with Sue Bird, and Brianna Stewart's going to be paired up with Sylvia Fowles because both those two ladies are retiring this year as well. And then you've got the rest of the starter rosters here they get to choose from. So I think it's like July 3rd or 2nd, they do like a selection and they pick their teams. Once the coaching staffs pick the rest of the group to pick from, the coaches pick now for the rest of the players.
Yeah, I hope they do a live thing like they did with the NBA, where the guys got to go on their lives and talk about who they were picking and stuff.
Oh yeah,
that was entertaining.
Yeah,
that was good.
I did. I like that.
So it'll be really cool to see that. I'm excited for that. And Asia Wilson was also named Player of the Week prior to yesterday's game. Was named Player of the Week for Week 6, which was last week. I think she's up to like 7 now or something, maybe 8 of those that she's had. So kudos to her. We also saw Chelsea Gray got her own sneaker.
She wore those last night, and I said she shouldn't wear those today. Last night. I know the whole thing on the Point Gawd sneakers. I knew she was wearing them yesterday, but I just was like, they were not effective.
They didn't work for her.
Yeah, but
more is possible.
It's dope that she has her own. It's dope that she has her own sneaker. Whether it affected the game,
that's fire. But the thing of it is it wasn't fire for her to wear them on the court last night. That wasn't fire. More is possible. You're right. You didn't land that one shot the whole night, sis, and that's so not like her. So not like her. What did she end with? Like what, 12?
I don't know. You had that sheet. I didn't know.
Yeah, that mess was. Yeah, I didn't probably remember. That thing was. It was bad. Got to be the shoes. I hate it for it to be the shoes. I don't want it to be the shoes. I'm just being funny.
Maybe it's not the shoes. Maybe it just. I mean, the whole team just was bad. Like it wasn't a good game. So I don't know if it was the shoes, but if she wears them again and does bad, then we'll know.
She had 2 points in the first half. By the end of the first half, she had 2 points.
Yeah, but Jackie had 12 and then didn't score again.
That's what it was. I'm sorry, 12 and never scored the rest of the game. That was the worst.
That was Jackie, not Chelsea.
Oh, not Jackie. Oh, what did Chelsea have? I'm trying to.
I don't know.
Was that Jackie?
Jackie had 12 that first quarter and then didn't score again until I think the
But
third.
she got double. She ended with double digits. She was top order. She did 23. Yeah. So Chelsea was the one with the 2 points and didn't get anything after that and had 4. Yeah, that's a problem.
Man, that's
2 points.
Yeah,
from Chelsea Gray, unheard of this season.
Totally unheard of. Yeah. For the All-Star game too, as well, Brittany Griner is going to be an honorary starter. Of course, you know she is still being detained. It has been 125 days as of today. Her wife was supposed to have a phone call with the embassy on Saturday. I'm not even sure why Saturday or why after hours they would have her call then. But they were understaffed. She couldn't get her call through. I guess they have rescheduled the call, but she was frustrated and took to social media, and understandably so. There's a lot going on in the world, and this is one of the big things, and it's not seeming to move fast enough. 125 days.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having a cup. That's awful.
Yeah.
This whole thing is awful. And I have to shout out the fans because when I arrived to the arena at Michelob Ultra last night, I did see a few male fans wearing BG, free BG shirts. And I just thought that was commendable that you still have some people that are with her advocacy and stuff. And Stacey, what's your take on this whole situation? Because it's just something that's just so egregious and just unreal in this time.
Yeah, it's awful. Like my first thought was like, really, over what was it, like a cartridge, vape, whatever. Like this is what she's getting detained for. That didn't sit well with me. And then she's been in there over 125 days. They just extended her sentence like last week, so she gonna be there like early July, and who knows what's gonna happen after that. And then for the government to schedule a call for Saturday of all days, knowing they was understaffed.
Right. Knowing you roll into a holiday weekend.
Right. Like who's staffing anything on the weekends for the government? That's what I want to know. You know, government workers don't be working on the weekend like that. So I don't know.
They're about to go on break soon. They're about to have a session.
Yeah. I mean, the session shut down. So it's bad.
I mean, my thing is, we could have paused this whole NFL, Roger Goodell and Snyder thing and put all that effort into making some phone calls, into Russia and whatnot. Like, I feel like the priorities are a little off. And even though as much as players are promoting free BG and wearing, Brittany Griner jerseys or shirts, we see them on the players when they have their on the way to the game outfits being taken, and we see them on the bench wearing them. It's not changing anything. And there needs to be some kind of change for us to at least feel there's some momentum to bring some positivity to the situation, and there hasn't been.
Because you got a lot of non-believers. They really believe that she's dumb enough after playing over there for 3 years and getting $1 million, that she knows the rules and the laws over that country, that she would really have that in her bag.
And we haven't even seen any evidence that there was really a cartridge, or if they tested to see if it really was marijuana, or if it was, who knows, maybe it was just like a vape pen that didn't have any marijuana in it. Nobody knows. There was no evidence that's been shown, at least that they've given to the public for us to see. So I don't know.
I think she being used for like political gain.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. I did want to touch upon our local USL team here, Mo. The Lights played this Friday. They're going for 3 wins in a row this Friday. They still have tickets available. They still have those youth free tickets for the youth athletes in Las Vegas available on their website. Tickets start at $10. They're having again the halftime water balloon fight, because they're trying to break the record for the world's largest balloon fight. So it's Friday, not Saturday this week. Friday, I believe it's 7 p.m. So check out there. Also, our Aviators. I know. I might even try and go on Friday.
I gotta go to a Lights game. This is crazy.
Y'all gonna participate in that water balloon fight?
I'm down.
We were there
down
for the viewing of it last season or season before last. But nah, I'll let the kids handle that. I'm good.
I'd be down there.
I gotta stay fresh and clean. I got locks, yo. I'm not trying to get these things wet. Like, no. Come on. And people throw hard, and I'm very sensitive to my face. My face is too pretty for that. No, she's gonna watch from above. She's gonna watch from above.
Okay. Our Aviators, also our minor league team, they are on a 3-game winning streak as well. And tomorrow's $2 beer night, which of course is always a fan favorite. Friday, there's a free beach bag given away to the first 2,000 fans. Okay. And July 1st is Top Gun Tom Cruise night, where you get an official Top Gun t-shirt from the Aviators for the first 2,000 fans. So
nice.
I kind of like that, because I'm still in awe of Top Gun movie. I loved it.
It grossed a lot too at the box office, and then not to mention they had to do Val Kilmer doesn't have his voice anymore, and the fact that they had to digitally do something to make his voice to fit Iceman again. That was pretty impressive.
Well, he didn't have his voice.
He doesn't have it at all, but they had to literally put something on him, and they used his old voice to make his voice. Yes, he has no voice. To make him sound like that, they literally used his voice from previous films to to have him
sounded.
speak.
I mean, it sounded like a person that really had no voice.
Oh, it did.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen what I didn't see the news.
No, because
he
isn't. No, it's not like the old. I'm not talking like because Iceman's there in real life. Well, in their real life, current day.
No, I
so
get
he's
that.
old. Yeah, but
Right.
He sounds like he's got one of those like those smoking
traits?
commercials when he had the voice box. Yeah, that's
Traits?
what it sounds like. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they made him sound where he was like actually sounding like himself.
Oh,
At least
no,
that's how it written.
No.
Because he literally in real life doesn't have a voice, but I didn't know if they had made changes where they actually he said he could speak.
No, it
and
just sounded like he was like he was very slow and very
that's
like
too
this.
bad.
Yeah. But moving on. So let's talk with the NBA. I know Kente's around. He wants to talk about his championship Warriors.
Yeah.
What's your thought on the finals? Are you pleased with the outcome, Stacey? I mean,
no, I'm not pleased. I lost some money. I put my faith in Jason Tatum. Y'all know I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. He's from St. Louis, so I was putting my faith in him. I was like, they can't match up with them that well with Jaylen Brown, Klay Thompson. He wasn't looking like Klay Thompson, and I thought that they'll have a shot to win, take it to 7 games, but they'll pull it out. I highly, in a way, underestimated how strong the Warriors are, especially defensively. And I want to shout out Andrew Wiggins. Yeah. Andrew Wiggins he did a fantastic job on Jason Tatum. Steph Curry is unreal. We knew that, but we just got a fresh reminder. And the Warriors, they look like they can go on another run. They look like they can repeat.
Yeah, I see him coming
saying
back.
that. They're saying that as long as they can keep that team together. But there's a few of them that want that money now.
Yeah.
Some are probably going to be leaving. Lee's probably going to go. But I had picked the Warriors in 6.
Yeah,
I said that early on. I don't know why people doubt this team so much. I understand Jason Tatum and all that look amazing. But you have to understand, too, they took the Bucks to 7 games without a Chris Middleton, who never started that series. So the fact that you still had to take the Bucks to 7 games to get out of that spoke a whole lot. Plus, not to mention, Bucks don't really have a bench. Their reserves came out, and yeah, it was great action during that series, but they can't beat the Warriors. The Warriors are not new to owning a championship in another arena. They did this before with Cleveland. You just can't count the Warriors out. I can never go against a team like that when you have Steph Curry. As long as you've got Steph Curry living and breathing on a team, you cannot ever count them out. But I get it because everybody was hyped on the narrative of Jason Tatum, who is truly elite in his own way. He's not a superstar yet, but he's definitely a star. But it's just not enough. He crumbled.
I think they still got a couple pieces missing over there in Boston.
It's not even about pieces missing. They just need a bench, literally. I mean, they just cannot carry a Warriors load. That bench was rotating. Gary Payton, too, came out there and was doing effective. Otto Porter Jr.
Poole,
I mean, you've got Jordan Poole.
You
got Jonathan Kuminga. I mean, you've got a future bench already set up to carry the torch when these guys are already gone.
You got the A team and the B team just already lined up, ready to go.
Yeah. And it's like that's dangerous. That is dangerous. Yeah. And not for nothing. Also, Boston doesn't know how to hold leads. I mean, look what they did at Game 7. It lives rent-free in my head over there in Miami. You mean to tell me you guys were up all those points. You get to 98-96. Jimmy Buckets gets the ball. He shouldn't have gone for that 3. I was so tight about that. But he could have taken another 2 with Al Horford down there in the low post and got the and 1. You don't know what the outcome of that game was. Boston just clearly was not ready. They now have an experience to see what a championship caliber team looks like and how to play championship basketball. Hopefully they can take that, but they're not coming out of the East no time soon. You got to know, too, also, Stacey, that this is going to be a Boston Lakers series battle for 18. The Lakers are a mess right now, but once we get it together, that's when you're going to see Boston in a final series, and it's going to be a battle for the 18th championship. Boston's not winning another championship as long as the Lakers are not involved. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen.
Is Kyrie coming?
Girl, move right along. What are you talking about right now?
The rumor mill, man. The rumor mill be out there.
What are you talking about right now?
Come on,
you think he's going to give up $30 million for Brooklyn to come over to LA?
He didn't care about playing in half the game, so.
Girl, stop it.
We'll take Kyrie.
Stop
you know LeBron going to keep on recruiting and recruiting.
The thing of it is, it's not going to work. It's ineffective. You got 3 head cases on there now. 4 if you add this guy. Like, it's a recipe for disaster. I feel like I'm going to take FMLA this season on the Lakers until they do some other type of
submit your
moves.
paperwork.
I am, because this is ridiculous. This is getting very ridiculous. You see what young players can do with solid veterans. You see what a young Boston franchise can do with 1 veteran. I mean, this is ridiculous. You guys we're going backwards, not forwards. I have to give it to Boston names for being the team that they are, that they keep progressing and not degressing. It should be law for basketball, or at least for the NBA, that no team should ever have to face a finals unless they go through the Lakers or the Boston Celtics, because we're sitting on 17. We are the Mount Rushmore. And the fact that the Lakers are sitting back there on their duffs with a whole bunch of old heads makes absolutely no sense. And the fact that you're going to get an other side of a Kyrie Irving who's willing to lose $30 million to come play over here in LA for what makes absolutely no sense. That rumor is a girl bye. That thing is just trash. That is just a trash idea. I'm not with it. And I said what I said. I literally said what I said. This makes no freaking sense. Yeah. So to your point, Stacey, yes, you will see the Warriors come back again, because we'll have shenanigans going on in the LA area. Probably not so much from the Clippers, because you'll see a healthy Kyrie. Yeah. I mean, not Kyrie. Kawhi. I'm sorry. Kawhi. I'm losing my mind. Kawhi, yes, you'll see a healthy Kiwi Kawhi come back, and you'll see all of that come into fruition. And then you got Christian Wood over there now joining with the Dallas Mavericks, so you'll see that. You'll see Memphis come back strong. They've had their experience into some playoff contention. I mean, so I'm not sweating these Lakers trying to do stuff. I am curious to see how our preseason games will be this fall in Vegas, because they play Minnesota, and that's another team you got to look out for in the West. Not to mention you got Zion coming back for the Pelicans. We'll see what that looks like. But we got 2 preseason games in Vegas with Phoenix Suns. So you got to look at them too. And Minnesota. So I don't see this Kyrie thing is ridiculous. So the ticket sales are going to go up to $5,000 a seat. And you're going to see again another LeBron and friends. And a much anticipated type of reunion, if you will, if that happens. But it's...
And we got the NBA draft is tomorrow, which I hadn't even realized until earlier today. But the draft is tomorrow. I can't say I'm watching it necessarily, but the guy from Gonzaga, Chet, I think, he's a great player. That Paolo, what is it? Yeah. He's actually from Washington. I didn't even realize that, Tyler. I looked him up one day to prove something else, and he's from Washington. Yeah, so I'll give him a little root too. But we'll see how this draft impacts the teams with the Magic having the first pick. It should be interesting. I did want to go back to the Warriors though, because the parade.
Oh yeah, parade was lit. Parade was lit.
I just think we need to rename January 20th to Klay Day, because Klay Thompson had by far the most eventful parade day ever. Lost his championship hat in the ocean while he was taking a boat over. Did a Michael Jackson dance in the middle of the street with the trophy. Knocked over a fan accident because he tripped on some metal gating, and then dropped one of his championship rings on the street. This man was chugging down Hennessy.
He was lit.
Possible.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, he was lit.
This guy.
He went live early in the morning that day too. I saw him on that boat, and I tapped out before I saw the hat blow off.
I would have been like that too, because he missed 900 days NBA.
Yeah.
The man was out. Right. Did not come back until January.
That's crazy.
Of the
so
following
good for
year.
him. And did you also catch? Did y'all catch the little boy in the fan that had the sign, "Will you marry me?" to Riley?
Oh yeah,
and Riley started flirting with him. She was like pointing at him, telling her mom that she waved, and then she smiled. I was like, "You're gonna have to watch out for Riley, girl. She gonna be out there." Woo! Yeah. So parade was very, very fun. I really enjoyed it.
The parade was lit. They all got lit. To see GP2 with his shirt off getting lit, like Draymond was like they went nuts out there in the Bay, and I can't blame them. I can't blame them. You remember there was a season where they only won 15 games, 12 games or something like that. They've been through the storm in the last 2 years. So,
And
rightfully so. We had all
pulled
predicted
through.
Phoenix to make it, and they didn't make it. And Golden State championed out.
Yeah.
Number 3 seeded West team. Come on. That's crazy. Can't count those Warriors out. I will never have doubt in that team whatsoever, ever again in life. And I have to give it up to Steve Kerr, too, because I feel like,
man,
people
was it 9 rings?
It's 9 rings, but it's, the thing of it is with Steve Kerr is, yes, he inherited the team the first year out with Mark Jackson. But look what the consistency of this team has done. Anybody can get a championship caliber team and drop the ball with it. My mom made an interesting point about Vinny Del Negro back with the Clippers having all those aces and they didn't go to a championship. We are so removed from Mark Jackson now. I need people to stop capping for Steve Kerr because this man has still brought championships to this team. And yes, Klay is great. Steph is great. But you see these guys are on the other side too. This is a team that's not the full 100% of what we used to see as Splash Brothers. He had a bench that helped, and that all comes from being a coach. So I'm not going to knock Steve Kerr on this. I cannot.
Good.
Yes. Mark
Steve
curated
gets
a
his
good
flowers.
team, but I was knocking him before. I can't knock him now. I got to eat the humble pie. He definitely kept this team rolling.
Was your mama partying it up too?
Oh, she was. She was ready. She had a little regalia.
She had her gear on.
She was ready. She wanted to be out there. She was watching the whole parade and everything. She had time. And I don't blame her. I mean, kudos to her because the thing of it is they deserve it. They rightfully so deserve it.
Sure do. I know the Stanley Cup final is on. I think it was 2-1 early. It was 2-2. Wow. So we're in game 4. Avalanche are up 2-1 in the series, but it's tied 2-2 right now. This should be interesting. This could be a 7-game series. The way these teams are playing, it's pretty, pretty amazing. Also, want to talk about,
Anybody pick the Avalanche to win the series?
Mel picked them. She's going for the underdog. I haven't really picked. I'm just trying to see the fight, the dog, not the dog.
I just have an issue with, I don't want the Lightning to win 3 in a row, but I also don't want fake Russell and fake Sierra cheering on the Avalanche every win because all of a sudden they're
why they gotta be fake? Why they gotta be fake? They live in Denver now.
Because they was just cheering on the Kraken earlier this year when they were in. I just think it's just very.
So why they gotta be fake?
Because it's fake.
She's tight.
Over at Rockies games.
She's tight.
Over at Rockies games. Acting like they Rockies fans now.
They live in Colorado. She's bitter. She's a bitter party for one because she knows them Seahawks, with Russ. She should have known Russell was leaving. You can't be mad at this man.
I'm fine with him leaving. It's just more that all of a sudden, like the brand new fans.
Well, they're in Colorado now. What they supposed to do? Not sit at Nuggets games? Not go to the Avalanche
go
games?
there. Be there. But geez, extra. They named their dog Bronco.
Okay. That's the only thing that's winning right now for the Broncos. So let them have the dog. Dude, you tight over there, boy. I get it.
Yeah, I'm just.
I'd be mad if my favorite quarterback left me too. I'd be mad too.
I mean, I'm moving on.
Nah, don't sound like it.
I mean, I am. I'm still gonna hate on it for sure. I mean, I got my jersey signed.
We have not moved on,
but...
sis. If you still gonna hate, we have not moved on.
Oh, there's a lot of things I hate. That's okay. I can hate. That's not a problem. I just find it irritating.
See that, Stacey?
Yeah,
mm-hmm. Now, she ain't over it.
I would say, name your dog Bronco is Captain the Big.
It's very campy to name your dog Bronco. It is a little bit cheesemo and cheesy, but hey, let that dog be Bronco and let him have.
It's okay.
That's all they gonna get.
We'll see how he plays this season. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I told you the Bronco dog is the only one that's gonna be winning.
I believe it.
You know what I mean?
Because they be doing so much. He be doing so much other than football these days. He don't have time for the game. It feels like sometimes.
He might have time for Denver because he's getting love from Denver. He didn't have time for y'all. Let's be clear.
Too. He always had time.
He didn't have time for y'all. Let's be clear. He was over y'all because y'all got that trash coach that won't leave.
Oh, don't be dogging on
had the worst play call in Super Bowl history ever.
We know that, but I think that was a higher.
That's why
that's a Goodell conspiracy theory.
That's why he's being cheesy over in Denver. Because he's feeling love in Rocky Mountain High. That's why.
Okay.
The high altitude got him.
We're going to switch to a girl power, okay? I'm going to shed light to Morgan Cato. I think it's Cato. Suns hired her as their assistant general manager. And vice president of basketball operations. She's now the highest ranking woman in the front office and also the first woman of color to hold the title of assistant GM. That's
awesome.
Moves. Go ahead. That's unbelievable.
Awesome.
That's amazing. I mean, hopefully we'll be hearing a lot more of these stories in the future. But that's enough to make me cheer on the Suns here a little bit for some time.
I don't know. I'm not going to go that far, but yeah, that's great accomplishment and inclusion and diversity of what we love that. We all love to see my sisters strive, for greatness. We love that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm not going to go that far, but that's a good girl power moment. I will give you that.
For sure. We got some sneaker drops. Are you a big sneaker fan, Stacey?
I'll be in and out. Okay.
Yes, it's a lot, but you're gonna love this.
It's a lot.
You're gonna love this.
I do want to shout out to the birthday power sneaker gods today because the Pandas redropped again, and although I couldn't get the men's size, I did get the kids size of the Panda for myself.
Because you're gonna be grade school.
Still having a youth size foot that I can get my 7 youths.
Yeah, so you can get your grade schools. Don't be flexing on me. You didn't even know about the Pandas till I told you. I'm so mad that you just tried to get my shoes right now. Go ahead and move to the shoes. I am so tight right now.
They've been out for like a year and a half now.
They haven't. I never could get my hands on them. What are you talking about?
Did you try this morning?
I did. Women's and grade school. Are you kidding me right now? I'm men's 8.5.
I know, but there's no men's and women's. You have men's and women's.
Exactly. There's no way a women's 10 is going to be a fruition on a restock. I am a Bigfoot girl.
No, but those were all available today.
I didn't get it. I put in the right CVV. I put in all of that. Did not get them, but that's okay. They'll be coming back again. There's going to be a Jordan low that looks like Panda or something like that. I don't know.
I'm sure. So sneaker drops. The Air Jordan 2 Retro,
I like
the Maison Chateau Rouge. So the designer is from Paris, and he was giving some cultural vibes. I love the insoles on these shoes.
Yeah, insoles are fly.
If I'm ever going to get a pair of twos, it's going to be one of these like compilation ones because I feel like those are the ones that always are a little bit more hot than just a regular pair of Jordan 2s. Because these are just not it.
I have one pair of retro 2s that I don't even wear them.
I would just want it for my clock because one day I will have a Jordan sneaker clock, but that's why I need one.
So it'll be a big clock.
Yeah, it will. It'll be a big clock. It'll be a wall for sure.
Yep.
We've also got the Jordan 1 Retro OGs. These are the Mystic Navy. I feel like didn't they just? I don't know. They had the Midnight Navy high tops that were released earlier this year, but now we've got the Midnight Navy lows, so I'm not really a fan of those ones. The Air Jordan 6, the red Oreos, these come out with the white and university red. These will be out on June 25th. I like them, but I just can't wear an all white sneaker like that.
Right, pass.
I'm sick of these white J's. They don't do enough colorways for me unless you wear mids, and I don't like mids. So
I just can't do all white like that. That's just not. I don't know.
I don't like all these white sneakers that Jordan likes to put out. I need color.
Yeah. Here's some color for you though. The Pharrell and the Adidas, the
NMDs. Yeah, I like those. Those are fly.
The animals. They're kind of giving me that bedrock, like a bedrock theme here.
And it looks like Fred Flintstone's outfit.
Yeah, a little Fred Flintstone. These come out on the 25th through Adidas. They're kind of nice. I mean, I don't wear Adidas or rock them, but they look comfortable too.
They do. NMDs are not bad sneakers.
I just never had a pair of them. Yeah.
We've
got the Nike Cortezes coming out with a collaboration with Union. These are the Sesames. These will be out June 28th. And then we've got another Nike Dunk. These are
I don't know how I feel about
Valerian
those.
Blue. Isn't Valerian like off of the Game of Thrones?
No, it's Targaryen.
Anyways. Oh, Valerian Blue.
Those cool.
Those are cool. I'm still on those Cortezes though. I don't understand those.
You don't like these? It's very like 70s hippie kind of to me. I think.
I don't know.
Like I could see somebody with these and some bell bottoms on or something. I don't know.
The verdict.
But here's the one that we were talking about last week. We were, I think Bollandia and pointed it out, and I think you did as well. The Nike Dunks the Nike Dunk Lows, the Lisa Leslie's will be out in July. Nike's celebrating the 20th anniversary. Yeah, they're celebrating the 20th anniversary. It's been 20 years since the first dunk in the WNBA that she did. Yes. So they're releasing, of course, in the Sparks colorway, and of course her number 9 on the side. And they actually have 3 colors of laces that they come with too. The purple,
I like that.
the teal, and the black.
I like those.
So those are pretty dope. And that's what sneaker drops. I do before we let you go, Stacey, I do want to just every week we try to showcase a dog that's up for adoption from our local rescue. And this guy right here, this is Conrad. He's blind. But he's fully functional. So he's potty trained. He knows how to get around okay. Any new settings, he's good. He's 2 years old. He's a bulldog. He is like the biggest lover. He loves people. He's a total love bug. He's very well behaved, a very sweet boy. The only thing is that he needs to be the only dog in the house, that he doesn't care for other dogs. He's a human, he just wants to be around humans. So if you are interested or want to adopt Conrad, you can go to animalhelpalliance.org and fill out an application. He's looking for his forever home.
Stacey, do you have a dog?
No, I don't.
I think
Mo likes to cut out when there's an hour. Her phone cuts out automatically. She was probably saying, hey, Stacey, you need a dog. Feel free to adopt. But yeah, every week we try to have a dog on and showcase them. There she is.
Yeah, I think you need to adopt Conrad.
She was just saying.
Yeah, you should. That's why I asked. Do you have a dog?
I don't have a dog.
Conrad would be cute. He doesn't have
Mo,
to
you don't got a dog either, though.
He doesn't have to see the misses that the Rams will have this season.
Wait a minute. First of all, you're not going to use the dog.
He don't got to watch that plays.
You ain't got to go to that place.
The dog said, look, I don't understand what's going on here, but I'm going to cuddle up against my dad.
I'm going to cuddle up on you and make you feel
and show
good.
you some love. You just suffered a devastating loss. I couldn't see it, but I could feel it.
Oh, man. That's wild. Okay, Stacey, we appreciate you joining us the entire time. We were glad you have joined us. Can you please let everybody know where they can find you and where they can find your podcast?
All right. You can find my podcast. You can stream it anywhere on the major podcast platforms. Instagram, Stacey Owns Sports. Twitter, SOS Show _. So that's where you can find the podcast at.
Wonderful. Right. We'll be looking out for that at the beginning of NFL season and seeing how that goes with you.
Yes.
But, we hope you have a great rest of your evening and a great week, and we will check back with you again lately and stay in touch. Okay.
Thank you, Stacey. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. That's it for Mo and I. We appreciate you. Next Wednesday, we got another show coming to you live. Maybe from a special location. My birthday's next week, so
happy early birthday. Don't give him too much. Let him just come in and watch the show. Be surprised.
Come in, watch the show.
Be surprised and see where she's gonna be.
That's how it
might blow your mind. He might be like blown away.
Let's see where I can tote this equipment to next.
Yes, might be blown away.
All right, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. We'll be back. Make sure you follow, subscribe. If you're just catching the end of this show, feel free to watch the replay and go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, definitely catch our replay. We love you guys out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Always sharing is caring. Be sure to share. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and patiently wait for us next Wednesday because we're about to go live and pop again.
Yes. And shout out to Rosalie. I saw her in the comments.
Yes,
so
Rosalie.
We love you, Rosalie. Stay protected. Let me know if you need a shotgun or two. I got you. All right, girl.
Rosalie. That's my girl.
All right, we'll see you later.
All right, we're out, you guys. Thank you.